This NEC Motorhome and Caravan Show could be the best show ever. Well, for a few years anyway. There's going to be lots of brand new, never seen before conversions. That's campervans, even though campervans isn't actually in the show name. Some of these new vans have been teased, which I'm going to show you very shortly. Some have been kept totally under wraps, and I'm really looking forward to seeing those. I know some of these vans have only just been in the crash test centre to make sure that they meet all the requirements so they can wear that NCC badge. And if you are an NCC approved converter watching this, make sure that you put on your badges straight. Last year there were some which weren't straight, and it does not give a very good impression of your brand if you can't even put the badge on straight. And if you want to see some of these vans and the information before my main video comes out, then follow me on Instagram and Facebook, which I've only just really set up and I've not really done anything with it, but I'll be publishing stuff on that before my main video. Anyway, this could be the most interesting show for a long time, and in my main show video this is going to be highlighted as to exactly why I say that. Although I know one converter has already done a U-turn from the original plan, but not all manufacturers have this luxury and have no choice but to change. What am I talking about? Well, find out in my main show video and I'll let you know. Subscribe if you're not already so you don't miss it. This show is the big one. It utilises the bigger halls of the NEC, and whatever you're looking for, it is likely to be at the show. Whether that's one of the latest gadgets, toys, paddleboards, kayaks, and yes, I did buy that kayak which I saw at the last show and I absolutely love it. There are security devices, Truma for your heating and your cooling, VW Airsuspension, cool boxes, roof tents, awnings, caravans, motorhomes, and of course campervans. There's thermal blinds, cooking systems, travel books. There is literally everything you could possibly need for your van and your outdoor lifestyle, even your dog food. And being perfectly honest, meeting one of the fresh fruit suppliers at the last show and actually cured a problem which I had. My Lottie had lost total interest in her food other than treats and cocktail sausages. And I'd bought lots of different branded food, lots of different types, but she just wasn't really interested in any of them. She'd give it a nose and then she wasn't, just wouldn't eat it. And at this point I remembered that I met a guy at the show. Long story short, I bought the starter pack and she absolutely loves it. So I'm really, really pleased that I saw him at the show. And no, this isn't an advert. I'm not even going to say who it was. But the reason for mentioning that is you can spend hours looking through the guide to see what you want to see, but actually being there and seeing the things that you're not expecting to see or not even interested in at the time, then things could actually jump out at you, as did the dog food. There's just so much to see. A map is in the guide when you arrive. However, there's actually one available online now so you can have a look at before you go. It is worthwhile having a look and planning out what you want to see just as a rough guide so you don't miss anything, because it is quite a big place. There's colour coding on the map so you can easily see in the halls what the categories are, and this can be very useful, but not everything is where you expect it to be. Stands can be missed. If you are walking in between the halls or walking around the middle looking at the vans on show, then you could miss some great companies. Like I nearly missed the dog food company, which I wasn't even looking for. Or you could miss being able to test out a Thule mattress topper, or maybe a skateboard or changing robe from 2 bare feet, because these can often be around the outside, so if you're walking through the middle you're not going to see them. On the website there is a search feature that you can use before the show, so if you want to find a particular company then just search them up and you'd be able to tell you where they're actually located. Recently I've seen people asking where they can test out awnings, and this is the perfect place. Pretty much all brands are going to be represented, so you can test them out and see what suits you. It was actually here where I saw my Isabella extension, which I absolutely love. I'll pop to see them while I'm at the show and let them know my thoughts on that awning, because I absolutely love it, as I do the rest of the products. I do love this chair, love it. But do watch out, because I am going to be making another video, a very good one hopefully, on that awning very soon. There have also been other questions online about which is the best pop top to buy. Well, again here you can test them out, see how they open, see how they close, how comfortable the bed is. I know there's actually going to be 2 new pop tops on show. One has been a long time coming in the pipeline and will be very interesting to see that. It's been talked about for so long that I didn't actually think it was ever going to be coming, but it is going to be there, I think. So if it is, I'll be sure to mention it. Let's get on to some new vans. I know some converters have been really busy building the new demo vans, putting the final touches on them, and I've been in the test centre undergoing the crash tests. It is an expensive procedure, that's why not everybody does it. At the show there will be new campervans from several manufacturers, with some introducing multiple new models. I genuinely am really excited, but there isn't long to wait. I've got a few sneak peeks of vans here before I come on to a couple more in a bit more detail, some better images of some campervans. Each of these can be seen at the show. The first here is Hillside Leisure, and they have their brand new Castleton, which is built on the new Ford Transit. Just on these brief glimmers you can see that there's a few recognisable features. They've also got additional layouts of the Hopton, which is described as one campervan, 4 designs. And this is built on the VW Crafter and the Man, the bigger campervan. So for those wanting something bigger, that's going to be there. But it's not just Hillside with the bigger campervans. Vanworx will be unveiling 2 new Maxtrax campers. One of these is green and I really like it, and I like the sneak peek of inside. I'm looking forward to seeing much more of that at the show. Additionally, Vanworx join others in bringing out the Ford Transit Custom Camper, and that has been kept totally under wraps. Only the front end to look at, which gives no clues whatsoever. So again, I'm interested in seeing it. Are you bored of all these Fords? Sorry, but I have another one coming up. And a new transporter. Well, actually, it's a T6.1. Before that though, we have something else. Autohaus have the new Creston, which is built on the Renault chassis. And I'm going to be popping in to see that. So if you're looking for something a little bit different, something which is not a Volkswagen or a Ford, then it could be worthwhile having a look at that. This is probably one I'm going to take a closer look at in the coming months, because most of the converters in the UK are many hours from me, but this one's only 4-hour round trip. So it's practically on my doorstep. What isn't on my doorstep is CMC Campers, and they're going to have some new models at the show. But I'm yet to see these. I know they're adding the final touches of sparkle, so they're going to be making sure that they're going to be ready for the ball. I think I know what the base fan of that might be. Oops, completely forgot to talk about this when I originally filmed the video. I don't know how I could have forgotten it. Kaktus. Kaktus was at the last show in February, and they had their incredible vans, which really caught quite a lot of people's attention. I did actually show it in one of my videos. But this time they bring in some new vans which they've got, an orange and a green. Yeah, I do like the green one. But more interesting than that, what they've now got is they've now got accessories. So even if you haven't actually bought the Kaktus van itself, you might already have a Crafter, a Man or something else. Well, now you can buy the accessories so you can actually make it look like a Kaktus. So make sure you check them out at the show. It's going to be a really interesting next 12 months for the industry. Not just the current economy and the market, the fact that new prices have soared, which is largely down to the base costs of the vans. I've spoken recently about the price of vans and the new California Ocean, which was referred to as too cheap. I mentioned a campervan manufacturer who had a van at 50 grand about 18 months ago, and now with the price increases, that same van is over 60. The prices have just gone up, and I'm going to show you 2 of that company's new vans in a moment. But also in the next 2 months, it's going to be really interesting to see how the Ford-based conversions sell. What will the uptake of them be? And how quickly will these new conversions be transferred to the new transporter? Immediately is my guess. Then when they do, how are sales going to be affected? If people are producing the Ford and the transporter, which are people going to be buying? How much will the prices differ? And also, how will the new multivan-based California Ocean do? Is it as small as people say, or is it as big as VW say? Before the next 12 months though, we've actually got this next month, the show, this next week. How are manufacturer sales going to go this week? Are people going to be buying from the show? You can pretty much guarantee that the sold signs are going to be on some vans. But will they really be sold, or is it just another sales ploy? Not all the sold vans which are at the show are actually sold. I hope the manufacturers do sell vans. A lot of money is spent on testing and development. Improvements are being made all the time. New features added, new designs, new components. I'm looking forward to seeing them, as I am these next 2 vans, along with the VW Crafter campervan, Bespoke Leisure, which was formerly Jan's Lifestyle, and Bespoke NI, are bringing a totally new van. I bet you can't guess what the platform it's built on. and also an updated camper. They have provided me with some images and videos of these, more of which I will show at the show, or at the show. Show at the show? One of the vans is a Transporter T6.1, which will be one of the last ones available to buy. We know production is moving to the new Transporter. Do you think the current Transporters are going to hold stronger values? Some are certainly saying so, but time will tell. This final edition has a good spec, and when I saw the price, I actually became really interested. I like the white one here. I'm going to take a closer look when I get to the show. And let me just say, I love these images. I could only dream at the moment of producing images like that. But I will add a warning, please don't drive with a pop top up, you could do some damage. Anyway, the other vehicle seen here is the new conversion. Yes, the Ford Transit Custom. At the February show, we saw a prototype, and this production model is totally different. Research and development, testing out of components, and due to that testing, the production models are different. There are big changes. The bed and the pop top have been changed, so not very subtle changes. We will go and take a look. Think what you like about Ford, but the Fords are selling. I see many of the new Transits daily, and I've seen several campervans on the road also. They usually have a common feature, but this Bespoke one doesn't, and I'm going to find out why. Look out for some Instagram and Facebook posts on Tuesday and subscribe to my show video. And make sure that you watch here so you don't miss out of what was there last time, which won't be there this time. Thanks for watching, take care, I hope to see you soon.